Well, hello again. Yeah, it's time for Trash Talk, and we're here looking at our bills. We were just comparing bills and talking about bogus bogus charges and add-ons and stuff that appear on your bills and all, and why. You
It's
know,
really weird too. Like, I know we've kind of talked about this before on and off the air and all that,
yeah,
but I feel like it's always been that way. But I feel like since COVID, and I'll say this, they have tacked on so much more to recoup the discounts, the leniency on paying your bills, the credits, and they are recouping it. And they are doing it in the most dastardly ways. It's bad enough that, groceries are I mean, eggs right now. Have you seen the price of eggs?
yeah. It's all over the board. I mean, because it can be the store brand name or something could be $2 a dozen. But
100%.
if you get a branded name or something, it's almost $4 a dozen. Same
Well,
with
even
gasoline. I mean, why is it when I have that app called Gas Buddy, and where you can go to Gas Buddy and it says find gas near me, and it'll list what the current price is for gas at all the gas stations near you, and it could
sure.
be a 30 cent spread. So you're running all over town just to save 3 4 cents a gallon.
You know what I don't understand is, and I don't do that. I'm just going to be real with you. Like, if I happen to drive by and there's two gas stations, I'm also picky on where I get gas as far as the gas stations go. I'm not going to like ghetto gas, because you get dirty gas, and my car sucks anyway. So the last thing I need is dirty gas, and then you have to drive, and it's weird.
Right.
But I will drive, and if I see a gas station that's X price this way and Y this way, and it's right next to each other, maybe a couple cents, sure. I also work literally with a gas station in my parking lot that contributes to my company, so I'm just going to go there. 9 times out of 10. I'm not
Yeah.
going to hunt for. I'm not going to hunt for gas. I'm not. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I mean, and generally, like I shop at a supermarket that has gas, and every time you go
We
in to
know
buy,
where you shop, Stuart. We're trying to get you away from that place, okay?
I
But
know
and
I'm
it,
I'm 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 trying to get over to your place more often and all, but right around the corner from me is a Kroger, and they got a
yeah, but
gas
they're going
station.
out of business anyway. They're
Well, then
they're shutting them down, buddy.
I might as well get their gas before they shut them down.
Yeah.
But I
Anyway,
mean, again, here there could be a differential. But if I've just bought over in the month, I've bought $300 worth of groceries, I get 30 cents off a gallon.
oh well, that's a freaking save if I've ever heard one.
Well, I mean,
Hey, guess what?
that's
Hey, here's the deal. You spend 300, we're gonna give you 30 cents back. Come on, man.
well, but I mean, it's something just like when they drop the gas, like five cents a gallon over at
Yeah,
Costco. There are
sure.
people sitting in line for an hour waiting.
Burning gas.
Yeah, burning what gas they've got, only to put it back in. It's
I had a
crazy.
situation the other day. We're talking about things that I don't think we should have to pay for. In a world where things are so much, can we get the little relief? You know what I mean? And it was right when the temperature dropped. Of course, it's 85 now because Texas is awful.
Yeah.
So my tires, low tire pressure, that's coming. You know what I mean? So I drove to the gas station, and even my gas station at my work, no, you got to pay for it. Now, here's the thing. I understand that nobody has coins anymore. I understand that we're all using tap to pay. Like, cool, whatever. Even though I still have coins, that's fine.
Yeah.
To pay for gas, it was $2 to air. Sorry, guys. To
Air. Yeah.
pay for air, you are literally paying for something that is all around us. And somebody was like, well, it's the machine. No, it should be the cost of doing business. You have a gas station where you don't make money on gas. I understand that. We don't make money on gas, not much, but
Yeah.
you are making money off of everything you sell in the gas station and all this people that go to that gas station that then go in the store. You can't have you're going to give me a free car wash, but you can't give me free air, which I know the car wash costs
Yeah.
more money. And somebody's like, well, just go to Discount Tire. Cool, bro. What if I couldn't? Like, I can't just drive to find a freaking Discount Tire. And then like, well, QT does it for free. Well, there's no QT by where I'm at. Why do I have to hunt for free air? Like, this is stupid. Like, we should not have to pay for air.
And the alternate to that is you go out and you spend 70 or 80 bucks for a compressor that you keep in
Dude,
your garage, and then you just plug that in and you do it at home. But
I had some idiot friend of mine on Facebook. She goes, why don't you just get a compressor? You're an idiot. Number one, where am I going to put it? Okay. And she's like, well, they have travel ones. I don't want to spend the money on that for the twice a year that I might have to freaking use it.
yeah, that's just it. It's a convenience, but you're going to spend 70 or $80, and you have to say to yourself, well, wait a minute. If it costs $2 at the gas station for me to get air, I can go to the gas station 60 times or so for what it would cost to have a
I'm just
compressor sitting in the trunk of my car that I'm going to use once or twice a year.
You know what they're doing too, and I blame COVID too, restaurants and bars. People can sit there and argue with me, but I can tell them exactly which restaurants and bars do this. If you make a drink and they put ice in it, no big deal, right?
Yeah.
If you want more ice, they charge you. There's a little fee, an add-on for ice.
Yeah.
Now I know they do that a lot overseas because the way that they don't, and that's fine. Like I was in Ireland, I didn't get a lot of ice. I just didn't, but I also didn't need it. Like I didn't care, I also was drinking anything they gave me, so I don't care. But in America, okay, we're spoiled, and I don't think that you should be charging people for ice. I'm sorry. And there's a lot of restaurants that did that to try to recoup the cost of the stupid
What
COVID.
is it? What does it cost for them to make the ice? Nothing.
Right. They already got the machine there.
Yeah.
Like you already made it. You're just being greedy.
You got the freezer. That's like we went out for dinner with some friends, and he orders a martini,
Mhm.
and he wanted anchovy olives
Yeah.
in his martini.
Anchovy. Wait, the fish?
Yeah, yeah. It's olives that have little anchovies in it instead of the pimento.
I'm throwing up.
There's a
Anchovies.
$2 upcharge to get anchovy olives.
Well, okay. So see, I can hear now. This is the old bartender in me. I can understand that because number one, if you buy them pre-made, they cost. If you stuff them yourself, you're paying the labor for that.
Well,
So
but they came out of a jar anyway.
But they still cost higher than the regular bottle. I don't. That doesn't bother me as much as ice. Like if you want, if you want this and you want some avocado on top, they're going to charge you extra for that avocado on the burger.
Yeah.
That doesn't bother me. We're used to that. If you want a side of guacamole, it's cheap. It's costs a little because of the product and all that, as opposed to salsa.
Yeah.
That doesn't bother me. You charge me for ice and something that you've been giving away for years. That bothers me a little bit.
Yeah, and for instance, Lauren has a gluten issue, and
Yeah.
also when we go out for a burger or something, she'll say, "Do you have gluten-free buns?" Yes, a $3 upcharge to get a gluten-free bun. So now your $12 burger is a $15
15.
burger.
And I understand that gluten-free items do cost more. I see that. But they're extrapolating that multiple times.
Exactly.
Trust me. Because she can go to a place that's 3 letters that I work at and get gluten-free buns for probably $3 for $4 for a package. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's right. Yeah, exactly.
By the way, I have to remember, and I'm going to forget. It's going to take me 2 months, but eventually I'm going to do it. I had a gluten-free snack the other day that was delicious. I'll have to talk to you about that off the air, see if she likes it. I'll pick her up some. Anyway, I digress.
They just opened up another gluten-free bakery and all, and there are a couple of them around town here that especially like their cupcakes.
I had a gluten-free cake because
Yeah,
one of my old coworkers before she
they're
left to another
incredible.
store. Yeah, it was amazing. And she was gluten-free, so I was purposely seeking out gluten-free beer to sell at the store for her. Now I have a section of gluten-free beer. Anyway, but that's a different topic.
Yeah.
Um,
But because there are more and more people that do have a gluten issue, you're finding that a lot of restaurants and shops and everything are really they're gouging. They're really price gouging because I can understand where it's a couple of bucks for a gluten-free bun, but
I
some
get it.
places it'll be $3, $4.
I
And
get
it's just
that.
because
Yeah,
they
that's
know they
crazy.
got the captive audience. They know that they're going to pay for it because are you going to say, oh, $4 for a gluten-free bun? Just put it on a regular bun or just
No,
or
you're
give me
not
no bun.
unless you're in this because they realize right now, yes, there's a lot of people that have a gluten allergy, but there's also a lot of people that choose not to eat
Yeah.
gluten.
You
So
know,
they're
you
going to
know what the
capitalize on that trend.
and you know what the other thing is now? That you can get your burgers wrapped in lettuce
Yeah, that's been a thing for a while.
instead of a bun. But
Mhm.
do you save anything?
No,
No. How much is a leaf of lettuce? So, they're going to save on the bun and all, but they're
sure.
going to charge you to wrap your burger in a couple of sheets of lettuce.
You know what makes me mad too, though? So I hate banks. I think banks are the biggest ripoff since the government.
Uh,
And unfortunately, though, as much as I try to, send a middle finger to the system, I have multiple bank accounts. Not because I have billions of dollars that I'm trading overseas, just because I like to separate my money and I don't want to keep it anywhere near each other. So I like to have my fun vacation spend. Brandon's going to go into bankruptcy at pumpkin spice latte season bank account.
right.
And I like to have my bills. And then Luke's got his own bank account. So that's just how I operate. Whatever, right? I get mad, and I'm in a particular bank account that, as far as the savings goes, I'm in the hey, bro. I don't make a lot of money, so my savings is not going to be, at this level.
Yeah, the
Um,
five figures. Yeah.
Right, so let's just calm down there. And two, don't charge me a fee like for falling below a minimum because they're like might be $100, 500, whatever. All of a sudden, I kept on getting this like four something charge in my savings account, and I'm like, what is coming out of like did I mess up and pay for a subscription out of my savings account? That wasn't what I was supposed to do. And
Yeah.
so I look at it and it's like it says I don't know if it says maintenance fee, but let's just assume it says maintenance fee. Maintenance fee. And I'm like, what freaking once a month? It happened twice and it caught my attention. I'm like, there's $9. What did I do? So I call them up and they're like, oh yeah, we switched your savings account because that one's no longer available. And I go, what do you mean it's no longer available? What does that mean, dude?
What do
Like
you mean you
it,
switched it without prior notification?
right? It didn't just expire. It's not like I was trying to get a seasonal beer.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got no text alert, no email, no paperwork. I got nothing. And they're like, oh, we're very sorry about that. I'm like, if you're so friggin' sorry, give me my money back, you jerk off.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, you can opt in to this bank account and it has a lower minimum. I'm like, dude, that's not the point. Anyway, I fought hard about it.
I left a bank once because they had a program where if your combined savings and checking account
Oh,
balance
jeez.
dropped below a certain level, then there would be that fee. So
And it's like, what's the fee? Like this is what my logic was. I go, please tell me what that fee is. She goes, oh, it's to maintain your account. I go, well, you're apparently not maintaining it very well if you didn't even tell me. And she's like, well, it's to pay for. I go, pay for what? The roof on your head for you to tell me the stupid information,
yeah,
for the mail that you didn't send. Like she could not answer, and I was like, I fought. I got a credit back to my account, shut it down, went to a different one. And she's
yeah.
like, you're closing it? I go, yeah, because you're dog crap. I'm done with you.
Have you gotten this one yet? I got a notice from my insurance company that said that if I want to continue receiving a paper bill each
Oh,
month,
they'll charge you. They'll
it's
charge
going to
you.
charge you now to send you the paper bill like with the return envelope. In fact, some of them have saved money by not even putting a return envelope. You got to get your own envelope to mail your payment in. But the idea is get people to stop getting paper invoices and just getting them by
It's like my phone. It's like my, no, I'll be honest with you. I don't get any paper anything. The only time I get paper something is if it's like a brand new account. Like for example, I switched my energy account. Um, I never thought about doing that. I just carried over from my last place. You know what I mean? It
right.
was like piece of cake, and I had been with them for freaking God knows how long, and I just didn't think about it. But I'll be honest with you, I kept noticing that my bill was freaking high this summer. Now, granted, we were living in the third layer of hell,
Right. Right.
but and I'm on the third floor now, so it's heat rises. But I came from an old busted house that didn't have great insulation anyway. Like, and my bill was never that high. So I'm like, this seems vastly weird. And like, I'm going to investigate. Oh, they raised the rates. And then I kept on noticing it was an estimate. How do you estimate an apartment, bro? Like, we have a bank of people. Well, I talked to my neighbors. They were getting an estimate too. So I finally was like, called them up. They came out, they credited. But in the meantime, I had to pay that bill, that bill that was astronomical, then get the credit. So I'm still out the money. You know what I mean? So like, I was like, you know what? I'm going to shop around. Well, I found one and I was like, it was significantly lower. I got my first bill
Yeah.
from this new company. They said flat out, hey, we don't charge for paper. But if you opt out of the paper delivery, we're going to give you a $5 credit. And I'm like, well, I don't even like paper anyway. So I opted out, which I
Yeah.
thought was kind of cool, Same thing with
You
my
see,
phone bill.
you got to figure how many people just open up the bill and take out the checkbook and pay it. And so
Well,
they keep
nobody takes out the
adding.
checkbook anymore,
Yeah, they
Stuart.
just put these little extra add-ons in there and they make money. I've always said that if you to look at your electric bill or your phone bill or something,
I
and they have
agree.
something like a wire fee. They put in a wire fee of 50 cents, and you say 50 cents, that's no big deal. If they got 2 million customers, then they're making $1 million a month for a wire fee that they charge to everybody. So
Have you
that
seen the prices that they've gone up on? You reminded me of it with the mail. Have you seen prices that have gone on to ship things? They have basically just gouged you. And it's a lot of it's because UPS and Amazon and all that, they've kind of isolated the shipping and they have such a great and nobody, but to
yeah,
go ship something, like just mail a stupid letter to mail something that is a little weighted, they have raised the prices on everything. And I'm like,
right.
guys, half the time the mail doesn't even arrive on time.
Yeah,
Second, what are we doing with stamps still? Can I get like a QR code where I scan the address and it goes there? Like, what are we doing?
yeah. But then they start to charge because they have given you that added service because
Yeah.
they got to pay for you to use that convenience.
Well, they're also got to justify the fact that they need to be there because let's be real. Certain agencies like the US mail, it's hobbling along on its last leg. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
And now they
It's
want to
just
go to
like
4 days a week.
yeah, I mean, and just like cable. I mean, cable's hopping along, although we got tricked into new cable with all these streaming services,
Yeah.
but they're hobbling along, and it's just like house phones. House phones are dead. I mean, like literally, AT&T has said any remaining wires, they are taking them down. The lines are coming down. They're
Yeah.
not renewing the lines. They're not paying for them, and they're coming down, and they're starting next year. So it's like they're just trying to get whatever money they can, and they're going to tack on fee after fee, and it's
Well, and they do it because they'll continue to rake in all of that money until some kind of regulation comes out or something that tells them that they've got to stop doing that.
exactly.
Uh,
Yeah,
so, you know, and we still get the bills and we still end up paying them because if you don't pay the bill, now there's additional fees for late payments, and those also used to have gone up considerably.
My favorite thing about late fees, well, not my favorite, I hate them. I'm not saying it doesn't happen sometimes,
There's
but
there's no there's no good thing about late fees.
is I always tell them, you charge me a $25 late fee. I understand. Hey, okay, here, I'm going to pay my $200 uh, bill.
Yeah,
And they're like, but sir, that's 225 because of late fee. No, no, no. My bill's 200. I'm going to give you the late fee when I can. And I'll just pay the bill and I'll pay the late fee later.
yeah.
And
Although then the
literally,
next
like, they're dumbfounded. They're like, what?
Yeah, except next month you're going to get your bill plus the carried over late
Oh,
fee and
dude,
then a charge, a finance charge on the late fee.
I was so stubborn once. This was only once in my life. This was back when I was married, and we had a situation with a bill, and there was a fee on there, and like I had all the proof in the world, like no, this is this. Like I was showing, like emailing. I talked to like 50, and I just couldn't get it dropped, and it kept carrying over. And I remember my wife at the time was like, "Why don't we just pay it and get done?" And I'm like, "I'm not doing it." I didn't pay that fee for a year and a half. Finally, she did because she's stupid. She a year and a half. I was stubborn. I just let that thing carry over. I was like, no, no. I pay my bill, and then finally she paid it. But man, I will do it. I will ride that bill. I'll be 50, and they'll be like, well, that's not that far away. I'll be 70, and they'll be like, oh yeah, Brandon, you got that $25 bill from 30 years ago.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
well.
just like the days of when you were late on returning your library books to the library,
Look, that just happened to me again.
and the late fees
It's
there would
$15.
accumulate.
$15.
Yeah, you
I should have kept them.
you could buy the book for less than what they were charging you for a late fee.
Luke and I went to Half Price Books the other day. We got two books for $8. I mean, like, I should have just kept the books. I forgot, and it was one freaking book.
Yeah,
It slid under the car, and I knew I was so convinced I was ready to die on that hill that I returned it, and I'll be darned, man. Luke's in the car. He just kind of leaned back, goes, Dad, there's something under your seat.
yeah.
It's a freaking
Oh.
book, man. And he goes, when we going back to the library? I'm like, not anytime soon, son. I owe them money.
Oh, amazing. Well, hey, there are no late fees at all, no fees whatsoever for watching Trash Talk. Although if you do want ice in your drink, we are going to have to give you an upcharge for that.
We're gonna stop. We got to start getting commercials in the middle of these shows so we can recoup
Yeah,
some of
and
our
and
expenses.
and don't even ask us for air because
Yeah,
that ain't going to happen. We're hoarding
no,
our air.
we need it. We need it.
All right, catch you next week. Make it a good one.